What to do if you have no money? You want to get started wholesaling real estate, you got no cash, but you know this is the easiest, best way to make over $100,000. What do you do? Do you freak out? Do you cry? Do you get all stressed? What do you do? Most people, they go to every single YouTube channel they could find on wholesaling real estate because obviously they have no money. They can't spend $10,000 on a course to learn wholesaling real estate and what to do and what all these things are. What they always, always, always tend to do here is just go watch all the videos. And all the videos, one guy says do PPC, one guy says do this, one guy says do that, one guy says the other thing. And you end up more stressed learning what to do and actually how to start wholesaling than you even began with in the first place. And really, what you need to do is just stick to the basics. Really, I feel like an old basketball coach. So I think a lot of people on here used to play, rec league basketball and pee wee football, and the coaches were always like, "It's all about the fundamentals." And because kids used to play basketball and they used to want to dunk and do all this crazy stuff. It's like just focus on the layup, right? And this is the same exact thing for wholesaling real estate. Focus on your first $10,000 check, then focus on your first 100K a year. And heck, let's get to the millions and the Lambos and the Lamborghinis and all the crazy, fun, amazing stuff, right? It's so insane how so many people have no money, but they want to listen to people that's going to tell them to spend all this money to learn wholesaling. What I'm going to do is just share with you exactly what I would do if you drop me in the middle of the street with no money at all and I had to make money wholesaling real estate, right? And this is not a regular case basis for most people, but a lot of people out here are broke. They want to get started in wholesaling, and it's the best way. It costs no money. I'm not here to go tell you no gimmick thing that you have to go purchase this thing to become successful. No, the information's out here, and the secret's to hard work. And I kind of spoiled it, but what I'm going to do today is just give you an action plan guide on what to do as a beginner in wholesaling real estate, and I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to get it going. So if you're excited, if you want to learn how to wholesale houses with no money at all, this is going to be the perfect video for you. And heck, even if you're looking to scale up or just get your first deal, this is a great video for you. Even if you have some money, I'm going to spoil and really share some secrets that nobody else in wholesaling talks about. The big players know this. They sometimes talk about it, but they don't make it prominent, or it's kind of hush hush how they do it. So I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to share everything you need to know about wholesaling real estate. And really, it's the fastest, most effective way to get rich in wholesaling real estate. So what I'm going to do right now is do a quick audio check, make sure everything is working, and we're going to get going from there. But as we do this, do us a big favor. Do me a big favor on the channel. You know what to do. Make sure you go out here and smash that like button. Always hit that like button. Comment below your questions, and I can't wait to help you become the best wholesaler possible. Let's do a quick audio check, and then we're going to get into it, guys. Remember, we have the StreamYard link. You know, hop on, talk to me. I'm always here to help, and comment below your questions. That will help me help you learn wholesaling real estate absolutely for free. So let's check it all here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we're working good. So I'm excited. Let's get into it. Let's share it, and let's talk. So wholesaling real estate. We got to talk about this. You got no money. Don't worry. I think this is the first lesson I need to tell you about wholesaling real estate. You got no money. Don't freak out. So many wholesalers, they flip out because they feel like in their heart that they need to have $10,000 in their bank account before they become successful in wholesaling. They truly believe they have to drop 50, grand on some crazy mastermind to get started in this business. They feel like they have to do all these things. I want you guys to understand that money's not going to be the thing that's going to make you rich in wholesaling. Money's not going to be this crazy catalyst for you. Money's not going to be the thing that's going to get you crazy rich in this business. I'm telling you the truth here. Nobody likes telling you this, because when I say you don't need money to get into wholesaling, I mean that with my true heart and intention. Not a lot of people get started in this business broke that end up, being people on YouTube, right? But like you need more money. I start out with no money. Rick started out with no money. That's the truth. And that's what I can tell you here. And obviously when I tell you don't need money, it's like, oh no, it looks like you can't buy my thing, right? Oh no, right? It's very scary for most people to say that, but it's honestly true. And when you deep dive into any wholesaler making 6 figures, 7 figures a year in wholesaling real estate, they'll tell you like the biggest secret I've always found. But this is a scary statement to say, but I'm here to say scary statements. Money actually doesn't do wholesaling deals. A lot of people think the money is the thing that gets the contract signed or the person to sign that dotted paper. And, oh, I'm going to go with you, Mr. Wholesaler, because you spent more money on your postcards than your competitor. It don't work like that. That's not how wholesaling is done. Wholesaling is not done of whoever spends the most money wins. I would lose in wholesaling real estate. I make more money than my competition in my local market and in my virtual wholesaling market, and I spend less money than them. Why is that? How is that? How's that even the case? I get people doing direct mail virtually that spend more in direct mail than my whole entire budget in my own personal market. And they're like, how's that possible? How do you do that? Like, what? Because it's not about who spends the most money. It's never about that. Like you look at, you look at the NBA or NFL, right? It's like whatever team spent the most money on their cap or the salary is the best, right? Now, they all have the same salary cap. They always spend the same amount for the players. But some teams just have better players and some players agree to for less money or they get better rookie contracts or something like that, right? And they end up being better. And why they end up being better? Because it's not all about the money. It's about the chemistry, the teamwork, the drive, the hustle, everything, the motivation to go out here. And so this is why it's like, you go to a lion, like what's the scariest animal in the jungle? Is it the one that with the most money? Like money's not even a thing in the jungle. It's who wants it more, who's scarier, and who's more ferocious. And that's the end of the day. Like that is what it's all about. If you can go out here and find wholesaling deals and you can figure out how they're good deals and actually have the knowledge right, that's it. The reason why I'm saying this statement is I want you to understand that doing wholesaling deals, you don't need money for it. The reason why I'm saying that is if you drop me and you say to the United States, I don't want to be in San Fran, I don't want to be in Seattle, I don't want to be in a saturated market like Chicago, I can make it work. It would be a lot more work for me, but you theoretically can. You send me in a decent wholesaling market, like, all right, throw me in Fulton County. Okay. So Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. You throw me in Atlanta, Georgia. And, no one wants to be homeless on the streets, but like, I got a hotel. Okay. No hotel room. Okay, fine. Like you leave me there. I'll find something, right? I'll sleep in a car or something, right? If I drive a car there, I sleep in the car and I'm here to find a wholesaling deal, right? I can do it. I would reverse drive for dollars. I would probably go to a title company, get a pre-foreclosure list, right? Like there's so many things. I go straight to the government, start cold calling and wait, Zach, how are you going to cold call? You ain't got no phone. You can't do any of this type, blah, blah, blah. I get the crying. I see it all the time. I would probably just go to a library and start calling with that. They got headsets there. I mean, my library does. And you can start calling from a library. I know it's not the funniest thing in the world to do. And, gyms have things there's a phone at my gym, but like, guys, like there's ways to get phones. I'd probably go to a local real estate meetup or find a real estate agent, usually at title companies and, kind of J-boot them. There's a lot of ways you can do it. And I'm going to tell you what to do, but like throw me Atlanta. I would probably run for dollars, sprint for dollars, whatever I can do to find ugly houses. And most likely I'm just going to door knock. And I door knock ugly houses and I'm going to find a wholesaling deal, right? And like get a contract printed and get the person to sign the contract. And I'm not make them, but like see if they're looking for the motivated seller, do some comps on literally a library because they have free internet right there and go to Zillow, maybe an Apple store, get something printed, I don't know, and get the deal locked up and then find a cash buyer by cold calling the 4 rents, bring it to that title company, which I found on Facebook, which is absolutely free to find a really good title company. And boom, I have a contract done and I can do it. Now in Atlanta, Georgia, I would actually get an attorney and I would get the attorney paid at closing because I wouldn't have any money. So Georgia is an attorney state, but I would probably get all that done to find the good attorney for that. And boom, I would get it assigned and then I'll get a check for $5,000, maybe, get a little shower, a hotel, motel, and then just restart the process and make more money. I don't need money to be doing this stuff. Like it's money's not the thing that gets it. It's all about being nice to a seller and seeing they want to sell the property. They don't go to the richest wholesaler or the person that spent the most money. They go to the person that cares the most. And once you understand the person that cares the most actually wins more in this business than the person that spends the most. A lot of wholesalers think the person that spends the most makes the most money. It's the person that cares the most. And if you care the most, you'll do well. Podio's free. All the stuff's free. Now, Doing a wholesaling deal requires no money. I think I kind of explained this before, but it is absolutely true. I mean, heck, I do it every single day. And when I do JV deals basically every single day, multiple JV deals, cost pretty much no money. You guys send me deals. Obviously, yes, because of the YouTube channel, y'all send me deals. I do deals, right? And we'll make like 10, 15 on deals, split it. I'll make 7, 8K, do a couple of those a day. Trying to get 3 a day. We're scaling it up. We're trying to get that 1,000 deals. We're pushing it. We're trying our best on this. And it's doing very well for us currently right now. But it costs me no money, right? Because we already have the cash buyers. We already have the connections. And it's in a market that I work in. Boom. I can wholesale it. Requires no money at all because I already got the buyers. It's like JVing. Like, it's another process y'all can do with it. I teach at freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course. But like, it's pretty simple. We do it every day. It's it, right? The only cost in wholesaling I've ever found is just like the hard cost, the work in wholesaling. The only time that you have to theoretically, if you look at spending money in wholesaling, where I spend most of my money in my wholesaling operations, it's just getting in front of a motivated seller or getting a lead. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, when people spend money in wholesaling, when they say you need money to wholesale, right? It's usually, buy my coaching program, something like that. Obviously, like, that's the most common one. But another really big one here is you have to do marketing, right? And so spend 4 or 5 grand on SMS, thousands of dollars on skip tracing, a list pulling software, right? PPC, SEO, go buy this thing, right? And, they got the RVMs, they got the email blasting, they got all of it, right? And that's really what most people say when you need money to wholesale. Just call a list, go text a list, send some direct mail postcards out, send probate letters. Like, obviously, the more you spend in marketing, right? The more money you spend, it gets you in front of more sellers. And obviously, the more sellers you get in front of, the more wholesaling deals you do. Like, I mean, that's wholesaling real estate 101, right? But like, the only time really wholesaling cost money for me, it's not the acquisitions that cost money. I mean, most of my acquisitions people, they have draws. So yes, they're kind of on salary, and a lot of my people are on salary, but then they get commissions on top of that because I pay them like employees, not as 1099 employees. But I mean, that's my business, right? But like, really, the big cost is the direct mail. The big cost is the SMS and the calling, and all this money I'm spending in wholesaling real estate is being spent on just getting in front of a seller. And then when my acquisitions person goes in front of the seller, we do a virtual and we get the deal locked up. It's not there's really no money there, right? I mean, gas money, I guess, but like, getting the contract signed, that there's no money in that, right? And obviously we spend money connecting with cash buyers and getting the dispositions process up. But like, this is all stuff you can do absolutely for free. Like, when you're making millions of dollars, of course I'm going to drop 6 figures on the marketing stuff like that. I mean, duh, right? But like, I'm just here to help you guys destroy the marketing myth, right? And so like, if I had no money today, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. But first and foremost, the money myth in your head that you have to spend all this money in wholesaling real estate, please stop. Okay. Stop having this like weird money myth in your mind that I have to drop all this cash in wholesaling to get rich, or that like, of course, the more money I throw into wholesaling, it's going to help me, right? It'll help me get in front of more sellers. That it's not going to hurt me by doing that, but it's not going to be this thing that's going to ultimately change my life or make me so much more richer in wholesaling, right? Like, you still got to do the work. And I think the big money myth is like, you just got to pour money into wholesaling, sit back and relax, and the leads are flowing in, and I'm in the lead. A lot of people like have this thing. It's like, I pour 5 grand into AI and they're going to close my seller for me. No. All right. Get in front of a seller and just be simplistic and be yourself. Hey, my name is Zach. Me and my partner looking to buy a couple more properties for cash. Are you looking to sell your house? That is it, right? Like, it costs me no money to say that. A lot of people, if you just go out here, you door knock, you do direct mail, you do reverse drawing for dollars with direct mail, right? I mean, you cold call, like, it's simple. Most people have a phone. Google Voice is free. Pretty easy, right? Like, a lot of people really complicate this. And the knowledge part, I think after almost 4 years on this YouTube channel, me on YouTube teaching wholesaling real estate, I think the myth of the knowledge of wholesaling, like, it's all free now. Like, you don't got to spend money right now anymore. Like, the game is over. Like, everyone knows freewholesaling.com is it. It's not necessary. So The $1,000,000 question, the thing everyone's been asking, the thing everyone wants to know, how to get started with $0, no money at all. How do I get rich? Like, what's the goal? What's the point? How do I do this? Do I have to spend all this money? Can I do it for free? What am I going to do? Really, this is a 3-step process. You got no money in this business. This is it. First and foremost, do not get gimmicked on anyone. Don't go into debt to learn wholesaling. Everything's on YouTube. Seriously, just go to YouTube and learn it. I would tell everyone, go to my YouTube channel, participate in the live streams, go on the one-on-ones, talk to me. I'd love to help you guys out. I still do one-on-ones. There's a streamer link right there. You can talk to me. I'll coach you for free. Obviously got a lot of subscribers, so I try to talk to as many people as I can. Leave comments, connect with other wholesalers. I have almost 100,000 people in my Facebook group. There's plenty of people you can get connected to. Do not make this a myth of like you're this lone wolf having to do this all by yourself and like a sad sob story. I don't want to hear it, okay? There's plenty of other wholesalers that want to connect with other wholesalers that you guys can connect together in your own market. That's it. And so if you want to get started with no money, you got to make a game plan. First and foremost, go to freewholesaling.com. FREEWHOLESALING. Go to freewholesaling.com. The reason why I tell everyone to go to freewholesaling.com is because first and foremost, it's a free wholesaling course. It is the greatest course in wholesaling real estate on this planet. All right. A lot of people have to do $10,000 JV deals with me to go to Flip Plus. And I have great courses on there, but still nothing is better than freewholesaling.com. Hands down. There is not a better course in this whole world than freewholesaling.com for wholesaling real estate. It has produced more wholesaling deals for beginners than anybody else. It has produced more millionaires in wholesaling than anyone else. And I am very, very confident there's not one person on YouTube that produces more wholesaling checks for people that watch the channel than me. We show hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars of checks of people from freewholesaling.com. On freewholesaling.com, we also share with it on the Facebook group. There's people always posting deals. There's a ton of everything on there. And so if those people are making a ton of money, I'm making a ton of money, go to freewholesaling.com. First and foremost, that's the best thing ever. And I get no YouTube views from you guys going to freewholesaling.com, right? But you learn wholesaling. And I can sleep at night knowing that it's not a knowledge thing that's stopping you from becoming successful. That's all I want, right? Like, heck, I got 1,000 people watching this. And if let's say 500 people start taking action and 400 of them quit, I can sleep at night knowing at least those 500 people that went through freewholesaling.com actually knew what to do. And the reason that they stopped or they weren't successful, it wasn't because there was this crazy roadblock stopping them. It's like an imaginary, it's the hard work. And that's the thing that stops most people. They just don't want to do the hard work. But if you're actually going out here and you're willing to work hard and get the knowledge for free, you'll be successful in this business. And that's what happens. So this is a 3-step process. All right. First and foremost, go to freewholesaling.com. Once you go to freewholesaling.com, you are going to do this. This is very important. You are going to find your market and your marketing. Find your market and find your marketing. Okay. Market and marketing. Market and marketing. Market and marketing. Get that in your head. That is the first thing. Everyone's like, oh, I got analysis paralysis. Oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh my gosh, I see all these videos. All this information. Right. Oh, I should do 7 markets. I should do 12 markets. I should do 55,000 markets. I should do all these crazy markets. No. Okay. Like, no. All right. No. Okay. We are going to focus on finding the market we want to be in. If we're going to do virtual wholesaling, local wholesaling, we have a 30-day wholesaling challenge coming up in June. That's literally, I think day 2. I talk about this, right? And also our last year's 30-day wholesaling challenge is already in there. So you'll figure that pretty instantly, right? We're updating it for this year, obviously, but like find the market. What market are you going to do? My personal opinion, if you're in a local market and the population is over 100,000 people, I would hands down probably do that if the median home price is below 500 to 400,000. Then you're marketing right. You got to figure out what marketing you want to do. You got no money. Your options aren't limited as nothing, but you got to understand. So reverse drawing for dollars is a great one. Cold calling is a good one. This is a quick hack. If you go to freewholesaling.com, wink, wink, you go to freewholesaling.com. I literally show you how to send thousands of texts every single day. No, sorry, thousands of texts. Sorry, that's okay. Everyone's gonna attack me for that. I'm doing the multiplications in my mind. About 1,000 texts every single month. So I was like, 40 times 30, about 1,200. So, okay. So I spend about 35 to 40 texts every single day, which is about 1,000 a month in wholesaling real estate for free texts, SMS texts that don't have Twilio. They're not blocked, cost no money at all. You can send thousands of texts every single month. It's amazing. Like there's nothing better than that, right? And so you can do all those for free, right? And you can do door knocking. I teach that for wholesaling.com. But if you just learn what those two are, and then you create a game plan, like, okay, now I know, okay, I'm going to do 1,000 free texts this month. I'm going to pull the probates. I'm going to cold call those probates. I'm going to send the text out to the pre-foreclosures, and I'm going to do this, and this. And figure out what Zach says. Maybe hop on a one-on-one so I can actually talk to you and tell you what to do. I tell everyone, hop on. There's a StreamYard link on most of the live streams that I do, right? If I'm not live cold calling, then there's a StreamYard link on there, and you can hop on, say, hey, Zach, I'm in this market. This is how much time I have. What do I do? And I tell you what to do. Shocking. If you're watching on the Zach Ginn YouTube channel, Footwork YouTube channel, whatever YouTube channel, I'll do it for free. I always have, and I always will. And I'll give you thousands and thousands of dollars of game just for free, and I'll be individual for you. And you can just talk to me, right? I'm not scared. I don't have 5 million subscribers. So it's like you hop on the StreamYard link. There's usually, if you hop on there all the time, good chance I'm going to talk to you once, right? And get to know you a little better and give you a game plan, right? People in Flipbook Plus, they can DM me all day and I can just boop, 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 and just tell you what to do. They got the bonus streams and stuff like that. But like, really, for free, go on the YouTube channel, get a game plan, create your own game plan. There's other successful wholesalers that probably want to help you out, have your own game plan. I teach you how to create your own game plan at freewholesaling.com. There's really no excuse anymore. And then step 3, it's the most obvious thing I think I could ever even say, but like, you just execute the game plan. That is it. Seriously, just execute the game plan. And what's in your game plan? I teach that at freewholesaling.com too. Like, what's in the game plan? Well, that's what this is the game plan, right? You figure out what your time budget is and your money budget. How much time I'm going to spend this business and how much money I'm going to spend. Obviously, when you got no money, our money budget is 0. Our time budget, do you have 10 hours you can commit to this business? Do you have 15 hours? Do you have 30? Like, how many hours can you commit to wholesaling real estate? That's not a question I don't think I can answer for you right now. Obviously, it's up to you, but like, figure out, hey, I'm going to drive for dollars, 5 hours, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to cold call an hour after work. So it's about 13 hours and then a couple more hours for acquisitions, follow-ups, cash buyers, things like that. And you figure out what to do each day and the lists and list pulling, things like that. Boom, you got 15 hours. That's a decent game plan. And you just execute on that game plan and really just keep repeating the process. You see what's working, let's see what's producing leads, what's not producing leads, and you figure it out. You hop on the live streams, you talk to other people, maybe do a couple JV deals for free, and you do a bunch of deals. And heck, maybe send me a wholesaling deal. I make a quick 10K, you make 10K, and I got my buyers already set out. Boom, right? Or heck, you go talk to people in the comments section and you find people and you do JV deals with them. I mean, it doesn't really matter, like whatever you do, but like you can do wholesaling deals pretty easy right now. And there's a ton of resources out here. There's a ton of leads, and really there's no excuse of how you can't get your first wholesaling real estate deal. And personally, what I found, right? Reverse drawing for dollars for pre-foreclosures. I'm just going to give you some ideas to kind of get the gears grinding here, but like reverse drawing for dollars, the pre-foreclosure list is pretty simple. How to get the pre-foreclosure list for free? Go to the clerk of the court, which is your court records, and they have a little thing called a notice of default or list pendants. Look that up. It's in freewholesaling.com. I have a whole pre-foreclosure module there, and I break down how to pull it for free. I actually have live streams where I click the clerk of the court website and I just pull the probates and pre-foreclosure. I skip trace it for free and I start calling, right? It's all at freewholesaling.com. That's a big recommendation I'll do for you. I spit the sticky notes out. They're pretty much free if you have them laying around. Cold calling government lists, another big one. Probates, tax delinquencies, liens, credit card debt lien lists, the arrest record list, the bail bondsman, the auctions. Like, I can go forever on this. Government lists are basically unlimited. 30-day wholesaling challenge. We all break this down. It is a great method for you to have wholesaling real estate success. On top of that, too, I've been a big proponent on JVing. If you want a joint venture, talk to other wholesalers and do deals together. I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year, like wasting assignment fees. I just give them away on JV deals because I JV my own deals. I spend a bunch of money getting under contract because it's in a weird, tough market and I get it going, right? Next here, finding cash buyers. If I have no money, I want to go out here and find cash buyers. What do I do? What's my method? What's the process? Honestly, in my opinion, if you have no money and you want to find cash buyers, I would go to Zillow. I would call the For Rents. Those are the landlords in the area. They're great cash buyers. And really, that's probably the best one. Title companies have them for free too. You can look up your competition and see what addresses they're wholesaling and then reverse engineer who are buying those. And then you can just kind of call those people up. On top of that too, auctions are a great one. Go to your local property tax auctions from the government. Go to private auctions and see the people bidding on properties they're looking to buy for cash. Explain your wholesaler. You can go to realtors. You can go to sales on ugly houses and see if they have buyers that are buying for cash. At freewholesaling.com, and heck, even on the part 2 series of me wholesaling houses last week, I did where I just cold called cash buyers and I found cash buyers. I show you what to do, and freewholesaling.com and do it all. And really, you'll be good. So what's the secret here? Like, money ain't the thing. If you want to be successful when you get your first deal in wholesaling real estate, you got no money, you have to have the mindset of a winner, not the mindset of a loser or a quitter, the mindset of a winner. What's the difference between a mindset of a quitter and a mindset of a winner? I don't like calling people losers, right? In my opinion, if you're a loser in wholesaling, you're somebody that quit, right? And if you did, so a lot of people think, oh, I didn't get my first deal, I'm a loser. No, you're not a loser if you haven't gotten your first deal. That would make me a loser, right? Because when I started out in wholesaling real estate, I didn't get my first deal. Was I a loser back then? No. Guys, you're basically a winner in training at this point because you're only a loser in wholesaling when you quit. And if you decide you're never going to quit, you're never a loser. You're not technically a winner because you didn't get your first deal, but like you're on your way to becoming a winner. That's basically it, right? And that's all you have to do, right? And so if you learn that the only way I can lose is to quit, and if I've already put it in my mind that I'm never going to quit, then I'm never a loser in wholesaling. Crazy reverse engineering. Had I never become a loser in wholesaling, never quit. And if you have a mindset that you'll do anything to get your first wholesaling deal, you do the work, the dedication, the guts, the strategy, the effort, you'll be a successful wholesaler. But if you do not have the mindset of a winner, you're not willing to do what it takes to become successful, you're never going to become successful in this business. You have to have the mindset of a winner. And then the last but not least, you have to ask yourself this question. And this is the difference between people that are successful in wholesaling, people that are not successful in wholesaling. This is a huge one, but what is your rocket fuel? Remember, think of a rocket. It's on the ground. You put the fuel in it, and the fuel is going to be the thing that's going to help it go up in the air. And how do rockets work? Gravity is so much harder on the ground at Earth. And then once you're in the atmosphere, like 2 miles above the sky, the atmosphere is thinner. It's easier to go a mile when you're 2 miles in the air than it is to go a mile up in the air when you're on the ground, because gravity is, the atmosphere is thicker on the ground, right? And I'm not sciencey, rocket scientist guy, so don't quote me on this, but like the higher up in the air, the easier it is to go up and with the same velocity. That being said, if you want to become successful in wholesaling, the first deal, the first $100,000 in wholesaling is going to be the first deal is always the hardest. You got to spend so much more fuel, which is effort, dedication, work to get that first deal. And once you're at deal 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're already in the atmosphere. Putting the work in, it's a lot easier. But the thing is, you need a lot of rocket fuel in the beginning to thrust up. And so the big question here is, what is your rocket fuel? What is the thing pushing you to go out here and launch and become successful? That's the big question. And honestly, I can't answer that for you. What's pushing you? Do you want to change your family's life? Do you want to change your financial life? Are you doing this so you don't have to work a stupid 9-to-5 job? Or do you want to escape the real estate, the 9-to-5 working matrix? What are you looking to do? I can't answer that for you. You have to have that fire inside of you that you can use for fuel when the times get tough in wholesaling and you feel like quitting, but you don't quit because you have the mindset, because you have the motivation to change your life so you're never broke again and you can finally live the life of your dreams, the life that your family deserves and everyone in your life deserves, your future kids, your grandkids, everything. Do you want to be the change in your family that's saying, hey, I'm sick of being broke, I want to make that change? Are you that type of person that's going to put all that pain and suffering of never becoming successful or never having a ton of money? You're going to put that pain into wholesaling real estate and work your butt off. And once you work your butt off, you end up becoming successful and changing your life, not just your life, your wife's life, your husband's life, your kid's life, your grandma's life, your mom's life, your dad's life, whoever's life in your family. And you are the person that broke the chain in the family so you can finally become rich and successful. I help thousands of people do it every single year. Heck, I think I've helped almost close to, say, 15, 20,000 people get their first real estate wholesaling deal from freewholesaling.com. And what is it going to be? What is going to be your rocket fuel? Now, I don't know the statistics of people that got first deal. I'm just guessing. I know it's over 10,000 people because I've DMs and stuff like that. But like, I could tell you straight up, what's your rocket fuel? What is the thing fueling you for wholesaling success? I can't answer that for you. You have to answer that yourself. And heck, let me know. Love to help you guys out. And that's the truth. So let me know, guys, what's your rocket fuel? Go to freewholesaling.com. Love to help you guys out. So what I want to do right now is answer some questions, see how I can help you guys right now and see what I can do to help you guys become successful. So let's look here in the comments and see what to do. So let's see. So Sozin says Facebook groups good for cash buyers. Bruh, Facebook groups are amazing for cash buyers. I teach you guys at freewholesaling.com how to do it. It's great. When SMS text blast, and you get MCTP, guys. I love these comments. One thing I'll tell you, go through freewholesaling.com. I legit have a free SMS course in there. When someone's is interested in when they're texting and they're interested in selling the property, that is it. We do not get an MCTP. We get them on the phone, then do it. You have to close on the phone. Here's a great quote. I always say, right? But like all my married men and women out here, right? That, they got the love of their life. They got the most amazing person, right? You ask them out on a date, you go on the date. Did you ask that person out over text? Did you say, hey, you want to go on a date? Or like, all right, you can do this too. Hey, will you marry me? Right? Like you ask someone to marry you, you go on your knees. Do you do it over text or you do it in person? Just a legit question. Like you're asking a question, right? Hey, will you sell your property for this price? Will you you ask someone to marry you? Do you do it over text? I mean, some people have, and obviously some people close sellers over the phone, but like it's better in person to do that. Your percentage of someone saying yes goes up when you do it in person to do something like that. And so if you're willing to do that, I mean, obviously it's a big change, but like same thing in wholesaling, selling someone's house is a big deal. That's it. There's a reason why realtors have to go in person to list properties. They don't do it really virtually anymore. I don't know unless you're like this crazy good agent, but like you do it there. It's crazy. So I can do deals in Alabama. We do deals in Alabama. Depends where in Alabama, obviously. We got to get deals there, but yeah. Shout out to Brittany Jones. Did my first deal with $0 and lots of applied knowledge. Shout out to Brittany there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see here. Luigi says, preach. Awesome. What's up? Let's get some deals. Let's get some deals. I love it. I love it, guys. Make sure you network in the comments. And yeah, let me get the streamer link too. And yeah, let's get it here. All right. I got a question here. Ailey, I've gotten this comment like 50 million times, and I think I've never answered it. So I will answer this once and for all. Zach, what are your thoughts on investor lifts? Now, first and foremost, I'll tell you the truth of investor lift. And I'm not saying this in a mean way. I'm not saying this to be mean or something. But like, if I truly thought investor lift was an amazing platform, I would be telling you guys about it. I don't think investor lift's a terrible platform. I don't think it's something that's like, oh my gosh, your wholesaling business is worse with it. But I truly do believe there are better sources out here with your own employees doing it. A lot of people think investor lift's going to do everything for you. And people at investor lift tell you, like, you still got to work for it. I personally don't believe it's like this crazy dispo thing. It's not a bad platform, right? I truly believe that I know people that are they love it. Like it's the best thing ever. In my opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of it, right? And there are people that are 7-figure wholesalers and know that use it and swear by it. And there's people that don't. I'm the guy that I don't think it's this crazy, insane thing. I think prop streaming and VA will go a lot farther for me in my business. But heck, I think if I ran maybe a more nationwide business, it might be better for me. But I've seen it all. I've tried it all. Not the biggest fan of it, but like, I'm not saying it's a terrible platform. Like, there's way worse platforms out here that I'd love to rag on. InvestorLift's not something I'm going to say it's the worst thing ever or it's a terrible platform. It's not my preference. It's not my cup of tea. I don't think it's the worst one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I like the reason why they're doing it, but I don't think it's terrible, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see here. But yeah, I've been asked that probably 100 times, like DMs and everything. So I'm like, okay, I'll go answer it. All right. Let's see here. So let me do some one-on-ones too, guys. If you want to hop on a one-on-one, I have the streamer link. Let me actually pin it on the channel, and love to do my one-on-ones with y'all. You know, I love helping the people out. Love getting the knowledge, seeing what people have questions on, and always helping because that's what I do on this channel. So let's hop that on here. Let's see here. StreamYard. All right, let's see. All right, let me just pin the StreamYard link for everyone on here. I love everyone networking the comments. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, let's all right, we got stream. Let's hop it on here and let's do it. All right, we got this. All right, where's my thing? There we go. All right, see the StreamYard link. Let's hop on. Let's talk and let's get it. First and foremost, we got Brianna.
Hey, Zach, what's up?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So, I have a dilemma. I want to JV with you guys so bad, trying to land my first deal. There's a guy that I was able to negotiate a good price with, offer on a house, but he is asking for a due diligence deposit for the inspection period, which is, he said, separate from the earnest money deposit. And he's asking for 1% of the offer price that I was willing to negotiate. And I did mention to him that in the contract that I used, there isn't a specific clause for that kind of deposit other than earnest money. But he did say that if I wanted to do this with him, it was non-negotiable because of non-serious buyers that he's said backed out of the deal. But to be honest, I just lost my job, so I don't have extra money just to fork out for that. And since I do have more time on my hands now, I'm focusing full time on wholesaling, trying to move, deals along and get the first deal finally in JV with you guys. So do you have any suggestions on like how to get around that whole deposit situation?
Yeah, I mean, not a big deal. I mean, what market are you in?
North Carolina.
Where in North Carolina?
This one is in the Albemarle area.
What is it called?
Albemarle, close to
What's the
Charlotte.
closest metro to that?
Close to Charlotte.
Okay. All right. How far is it from Charlotte?
It's about 40 minutes, 45.
Okay. What's the county's population?
Let me double check.
Yeah, let me know.
I think it's like 200,000, but let me double check.
Okay. Seems like I just want to make sure there's enough buyers in the market, obviously. And if there's enough buyers, it should be fine. But yeah, let me know on that. And while you're doing it, I'll let you know some things I could tell you. So first and foremost, do not freak out over the EMD. I see so many wholesalers freak out over EMD. 1%. This person's been burned so many stinking times. And the reason why this specific seller's been burned so many times, and I want you to understand this, this is very, very important, but it is usually the seller's problem, not the wholesaler's problem, right? And so I personally know people that have been married like 8, 9 times. And like, you get married 2 or 3 times. Okay, fine. But like, I legit know people that have been married 8 or 9 times in like a 10, 12 year period. Most people that have been married 8 or 9 times to like 8 or 9 different people, it's usually not that like every single person's terrible, right? It's usually like, okay, something might be up with you. And I'm not saying that's something bad about like everyone, obviously, but like you got to think about this for a second. If a seller has been like getting in and out of like 8 or 9 contracts, it's like something's happening, right? Like there's a problem usually. And most of the time here, Brianna, the issue is the seller and their price. They have this crazy price stuck in their mind and they're not willing to get off of it. and a new wholesaler says, okay, if you're stuck on this price, I'm just going to lock it up and try to bring as many buyers through and see whoever sticks. That's what they do. The seller gets burned from that so many times. And now that they're completely unreasonable, they want the most for the property and they also want insane terms. Here's the thing. Brianna, if this seller wants their 1% EMD, you should say, even if you don't have the cash, I mean, you should have someone who has the cash as a partner, but like, I always say this, personally what I say. Yeah, I would love to do the 1%. So if you want the 1%, that's non-negotiable. Mr. Seller, my price is non-negotiable. And then they start freaking out like, what do you mean your price is non-negotiable? My price is non-negotiable. At a 1% EMD, I'm not here to play games. It's this price. And this is a price I know my cash buyer will put up the EMD for me for it. Like stupid low. And now the seller, usually they're like, dang, this person's serious. They go with it. Or they're in a mode where it's like, no, I want my EMD and I also want an unreasonable price. You go to the next person. That's it.
Well, the thing is that, like I said, I told him, I said, oh, so you mean like earnest money? And he said, no. And he was like, I'm a lawyer. I'm an ex-lawyer from California. Like, I know the terms. This is totally separate than earnest money. I'm talking about something totally different.
What's it called?
He said it was a due diligence deposit for the inspection period. So I had never heard
too. But do you have your own attorney?
Me? No.
Well, you need an attorney in wholesaling for the state of North Carolina.
Oh, like the title company. Yeah, I have one chosen in mind. Yeah.
So it's still an attorney state in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And so you say this, well, that's great. I'm not a lawyer. You're not a lawyer. They might get a little offended at that. How about I talk to my closing attorney and see what they say? They closed a lot more transactions than I have and probably more than you in the state of North Carolina. If they're okay with it, then sure. That's it. But you let the seller know, hey, if you want your terms, I'm going to get my price. It's price or terms in this business, right? So if they want a crazy price, I get the terms I want. I might get a creative finance deal, right? If they want crazy terms like crazy EMD, all this stupid stuff, I get the price I want. That's how wholesaling works. That's how any real estate deal works in the entire country. And so, yeah, go with their stupid little games. You can do the due diligence thing. You have a cash buyer protecting you on that one, but it has to be at a price that is so stinking low that it's okay. And a cash buyer would be like, Brianna, this is such a great deal. Here it is. Fine. I don't care. Here's $1,000, wherever 1% is. I just need this deal.
Okay. Because I was able to negotiate like 90,000 off of what he was asking. So it was a good negotiation.
Are you going to make at least $60,000 on the assignment?
I believe so. Yeah, honestly.
Well, at that point, you go to a cash buyer and you ask them to put up the EMD and you're only going to make 40 and you give an extra 20 grand to the buyer. And not a lot of people get scared at me saying that, but if you give the extra 20 grand to the buyer, guess what happens? They'll walk on water basically for anything for you because it's such a great stinking deal. And boom, that's how you do it.
Okay. Alrighty then. All right. And my my last question is there's another house I've been trying to get in touch with the seller for. It's a vacant house, but they still like mow the grass. I've tried like every number I could find. I even tried this individual's business number that I found on Google, and I keep hitting a brick wall. So is there like any suggestions you have or how I can reach them? I even did the sticky note and everything. I'm not getting anything back.
First and foremost, put a bandit sign in the yard. That's the best way. Where's the mailing address? Again, one more time.
This is a different location.
Cool. Where's the mailing address?
It's in North Carolina as well.
How far is that mailing address from you?
It's literally right across the street.
Oh, okay. Wait, is the mailing the same as the property?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So are the taxes being paid?
I don't know. I didn't check that.
Okay, check if is the lawn being mowed.
Yes, yeah, every week.
So what I always say this is, okay, someone's at least taking care of the property, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the sticky note's there, someone should be there. If they're not answering the sticky note, I bring it a step up. I put a bandit sign in the yard. It's always the best thing. That always gets the best response. I've done them all. That's always going to give you the best response. We buy houses cash. Hey, I've been trying to buy your house. This is the only. I was just waiting for someone to do it, and I was just letting you know I buy houses cash. I put it on the yard. It's a little much, but honestly, desperate times call for desperate measures. Have you DM'd this person on Facebook or tried at least to find them?
No. Mm-mm.
What?
No, I have not.
Try to DM them.
Okay.
You know, the kids are sliding the DMs these days. Our wholesalers can do the same thing.
Okay. Will do. Thank you.
DM them. And then the last but not least thing that's the super secret little method. Is there a car at the place?
No, not anything.
Okay. You talk to the neighbors?
No.
I can go on and on. Like,
to go over there and
trust
not.
me. I go to the neighbor's house and knock on the door and say, hey, my name's Brianna. I actually looking to buy a couple more houses in the area. I always drive by this house and it seems abandoned. It actually seems like a good rental property for me and my partner who are looking to buy a rental, right? What's the story on this property? I'm trying to get a hold of the person, and they're never answering. Like, has this property always been like this? And you go down the line.
Okay. I'll give
You
it
should,
a shot.
that's, unfortunately, her name is Cassie. She passed away 5 years ago. Her daughter, her daughter Tammy takes care of the house, and she calls me if there's ever an issue. I'll give you Tammy's number, and heck, you might get Tammy's number, right? Like that's how the story works. So knock on the neighbors' doors and just be simple, right? Hey, my name's Brianna. I'm looking to buy a couple more houses for cash, and I always drive by this house and just like, what's the story with it? There's usually no one there, and it seems like a decent property for me to buy.
All right. I'll muster up the boldness and do it.
You don't need to like first of all, what are they going to say? How dare you try to buy this abandoned piece of snot property that's going to increase my property value? How dare you do that? Most people are excited about that because someone goes in, they renovate the property, and it gets a really nice comp for them. Boom.
Okay.
It's a big mindset thing a lot of people have. They're too scared to talk to a door knock on a person. The worst case to say is, no, I'm not interested. I'm like, oh, I'm not actually asking if you're looking. I'm just seeing what's the story in the house next door. Pretty much it.
Alrighty. I'll give it a shot. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it, Brianna. You got this. Any more questions?
No, that's all. Thanks a lot.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
Boom. Awesome. Shout out to Brianna there. That's awesome. Love to see it. Next year we got Yurley. Hello. Yurley. Yuri? I can hear the audio. Okay, you just muted yourself. I know you're there. What's up? You hopped on. All righty. Sounds good. All right. Holy moly. All right, let's see who else we got on here. Whoa. All right, let's see. We got Steven.
Hey, what's up, Zach? Can you hear me?
What's up? How are you?
Good, man. Doing good, man. I'm actually at work right now. I'm just outside of the break room right now. So if you hear a lot of noise of cars, this is what it is. So I'm gonna make it really super fast. So I got this deal on contract locked, and I just want to make sure like I actually got everything right and the numbers right. So the owner is actually like a tire landlord, and they just want to get rid of the property. They do have a mortgage on the property, and they just want to, because they're like 86 or some years old, and they're just done. And the way I calculated the MAO is actually I did the ARV minus repair times 70% because the property is like I think under 1,500 square feet. And then I was able to figure out that the MAO was like 28,000, and then we were able to settle the deal at 17,000. Now the thing is, my question is, because I'm right now marketing I'm trying to like dispose it to cash buyers, and like I haven't been getting a lot of traction. Maybe I'm not, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting paranoid or whatever. Maybe I'm thinking like I'm too impatient to close the deal. I don't know. With a person with a mortgage, was that like, do you think that where we locked the deal at, because the MAO was 28,000 and we locked it at 17,000. Do you think that it was actually a good price to lock it in at with somebody?
So what was the MAO?
It was 28,000.
And you locked up for 17.
Yes.
I mean, looking at the numbers, it looks like it works. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the point of MAO, right? It's what your cash buyer is most likely going to pay. And if you
Right.
got 11 grand, I mean, there should be wiggle room on that. I mean, I don't know the numbers. I don't know the repairs. I don't know all this stuff, but like, if you did your
Yeah.
comps right and your repairs right, it should work, right? I mean, the only thing you
Yes.
gotta get to work on is talk to buyers and just make sure your MAO is right. Dude, I mean, Steven, to be honest, I've had my MAO be like amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm making 40 grand. And I talked to 6 cash buyers who are like, dude, this property sucks. Like, I'll give you something where you make 5 grand on it. And
Right.
after talking to 6 cash buyers, like, okay, shoot. And I have deals like, oh, I'm just gonna make 10. And I get people give me deals where I'm making 40 on it, right? And I'm like, whoa, I guess my comps are wrong, right? And
Right.
that's the name of the game. You're not perfect, man, right? You're not perfect on every one, but it seems like because it's below the MAO and if you're roughly doing the numbers right, you should make some money on it. It seems like a good deal to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the honestly the biggest feedback that I was getting from some cash buyers I was able to, get in contact is like that zip code is usually like, we're not trying to touch it because it always depreciate. I think it's like a C class neighborhood or whatever not. And I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, should I renegotiate with with the seller, or like should I put it low because he's really like he just want to get rid of the property. And however, he does have a mortgage. I think he has $30,000 that he has to pay on it. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to be greedy, you know what I mean? Because
Wait.
he does.
If you locked it up for 17 and he owes 30,
Yeah, he owes 30. Yeah.
so he's gonna owe 13 grand at closing.
I
This
think so.
math's not working out, Steven.
Okay, he has $30,000 mortgage on that property.
Okay, so he owes more than what's locked up on the contract.
Yes.
So how's that going to work for you? Is he just going to give a $13,000 check?
I do not know. That's what I'm saying. That's why the numbers wasn't making sense for me. I just want to like.
He probably doesn't owe that. Most sellers won't take that. Just letting you know. Most sellers, they'll be stuck at 30 on the deal. I don't think they owe that much.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you ask the title company?
Where
did you lock this deal up? Just first and foremost.
Was that?
Where did you lock this deal up?
It's in Kentucky, Louisville.
Okay. That's a cheap property in Louisville, honestly. Lowest price I've seen is like 30K in Louisville, unless it's like the hood. Talk to the title company and see what's owed. I think they probably owe a little less than that.
Yeah, he told me that he owns 30,000 on the property, and he just want to get rid of it because he's like 86, and he's, he'll take, like anything, and then start, paying off the mortgage. So
I mean, the numbers seem like it works, dude. How many buyers have you talked to about this deal?
So far I have, serious buyers. I have 2. Others
okay, and did they both say no?
Well, yes, they said the first one that I talked to was like, that zip code is not really where I try to buy, and the other one they offered me 19,000.
Well, that's profit right there.
Okay.
Right, that's 2 grand. At least that's something, right?
Right.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. So let's do this. Let's leave that one on the sidelines. Okay, that's possibly something we can do.
Okay.
Why don't you call the 4 rents? It seems like a cash flowing property, right?
It's actually not. It's actually a flip project because it's actually like really needs like full repair, like 60,000.
You understand that you can renovate a property then rent it out?
Yeah.
So is it a neighborhood mostly of renters?
Yes.
So you can fix it up, rent it out, right?
Yes.
Landlords don't care.
Okay.
And so honestly, some people love that because the depreciation's like, I mean, the write-offs are like right there. Like you buy it for 17, you can put 30 grand, but it's all kind of the value adds on there, and then you can kind of write off the renovations. It's pretty cool. What you need to do is cold call basically the landlords in that zip code.
Okay.
Because you're talking to cash buyers that are outside that zip code that aren't buying that zip, obviously, and they don't want to buy in that zip. Mm-hmm. Duh, right? Like you call me up, say, Zach, are you cash buying in Louisville? I don't buy houses for cash in Louisville and rent them out, right? I do Florida. It's like, obviously I'm not a guy. And I know it's like state by state, that's different, but like zip code by zip code. So call the people inside of that zip code that are buying for cash.
Okay.
And be very, very wary. Obviously, don't trust anyone starting out. Make sure they actually have bought in houses for cash and they're trustworthy and everything like that. But I think this is something where you can still probably make 10 grand on it, just seeing the numbers on this. So if someone's willing to offer 19, maybe there's someone that's willing to offer 10. I think
Right.
there's a really good possibility of doing that, because if someone's willing to offer 2, you just bid it up a little more. You'll definitely find someone, I think. Once you find one cash buyer that's going to make you at least an assignment fee, and they're not crazy about the house, there's usually someone that's crazy about it, they'll pay the 10.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. And you said that the fact that they, with the mortgage, this shouldn't be a problem.
So most likely, most sellers, in my opinion, they don't want to stroke a check at closing. They never do.
Okay.
And so him being 86, it's a little different. And this is the last piece of advice I'm going to give you. Because he's over the age of 65, he is a senior citizen, and you do need to, I'm not saying treat him differently, but you got to give him more leeway. So one thing I want you to do is figure out if he has a son or daughter, all right, or any family members that are assisting with the process. Let me give you the reason. Does he live in the house?
He does not, no.
Perfect. This is great. I personally, this is just me. Now, you can wholesale just with this guy. There's nothing illegal about doing this. Just in my heart, I feel like it's always the right thing, because I have grandparents that are in their 80s, right? And, I love them to death, but they're going to sell a property rather than do it with family members, just making sure everything's okay, right? You're obviously, Steven, don't seem like the type of guy to take advantage of someone who's elderly, right? Like, obviously, that's not who you are, and you definitely not like that. Right. But you just want to, cross your T's and dot your I's, or cross your, whatever it is, right? What I want you to do is, when you do the walkthrough with the cash buyer, I want you to do the walkthrough with a son or daughter, a family member.
Okay.
And just let them know, hey, we're looking to buy the house. We signed an agreement. Is this something that you and the family are okay with? I have grandparents, and if they're selling the property, I'd rather the whole family know, right?
Okay.
I just want to make sure you're okay with that.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. Yes, because I'm doing it virtually, but like I said, I can go ahead and
call the family members up and just let them know then. Yep. So just say, hey, can I get your son or daughter's phone number? I just want to let them know about the process. I'm like this. If it was my father that was elderly, I would let them want to know.
Right. That makes sense. I got you. Okay. So that was all for me, man. I'm definitely going to have to run back to work, man. But I really appreciate everything, man. I actually just joined the Flipper Rick Plus, man. That's game changing, man. I love it.
Awesome, man. Well, DM me the deal, dude. Send me pics and everything. It's all confidential, and they're not looking to take a deal. I just want to look at it and see if it's going to be good or not, and I'll kind of help you out on it.
I got you.
And there's a lot of Louisville, Kentucky people in there, but they're going to want to JV with you. I don't think you should JV with anyone in there, because just do it yourself. But definitely DM me the pictures. I'd love to help you out, man.
I got you. I appreciate you, Zach. Most definitely.
Right. Have a good one, Steven.
You too.
Oh. Also, I want everyone to know, and so I think I've been sent this like a million times. There is a YouTube channel, a news channel, the Young Turks. They did an expose, exposing We Buy Ugly Houses people, and they put Zach Ginn on the thing and said, "Look at this guy. He's telling people low ball." This is a YouTube channel with 5.5 million subscribers, and so we're going to do a whole breakdown of this, but I want everyone to understand. You guys heard me, okay? Hold on. Y'all went up here, okay? And this is crazy. I just told you, if someone's elderly, protect them, right? Make sure the family's okay with it. And we had an expose. Look at this. This is crazy. Look, we have, where is it? The Young Turks right here. Look at this stupid. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Look at this. I think they're a left-leaning news organization, which we're not getting anything. Look at this. This is the craziest thing ever. Look at this. They did a video. Where is it? I got to find it. Someone sent this to me today. All right. Okay. I don't want to hear this person's garbage, but look at this. They're making fun of Rick. It has 300,000 views, and they're like, "Oh, We Buy Ugly Houses is terrible. It's a terrible thing." I'm like, you just heard what I just said. If someone's not okay with an offer, don't do it. If someone's not okay with it, don't. It's crazy. You got these left-leaning news organizations trying to go after me. I'm like, come on, really? You're going after the only non-guru in wholesaling? Really? Come on. It's so funny. And they actually did in that article. Actually kind of funny. They mentioned this person, and I'm not naming them because people know. There's a very specific wholesaler that was actually in that article. I'm not going to mention names, that has tried to steal hundreds of thousands of dollars of deals from me because they told me, quote, I'm a young kid and I deserve to learn a lesson. And this person is taking advantage of elderly people. And this is why articles like this happen. And this is a person that I can't give them. They're going to sue me for defamation. But that person was the only person that article specifically mentioned. And I had to go to court, not to court, but like I had to have attorneys settle with this person. And they had to literally go out here and settle with me. It's just crazy. Because they were trying to steal my deal. And I always wanted, obviously, right? But I just want you to understand that these people, they think we do bad things in wholesaling. Guys, if you always do the right thing, you'll be fine, right? A lot of people go after wholesaling, go, oh, terrible. If you actually have it at the heart, like if it's an elderly person, make sure the family knows. People are always willing to sell their equity for speed and convenience. This is why this is the biggest scam of all time, right? The trading in your car. Of course, you could probably get an extra $3 or $4 grand trading in your car. Like everyone knows that. But by by selling it by yourself with the VIN and all this stuff versus just selling it by trading it in and make it really easy and convenient. Not a lot of people know that, right? But people trade in their cars all the time. They'll sell things to a pawn shop. They'll buy something more expensive on Amazon because they get it on Amazon because it's quicker, easier, and cheap. Not cheaper, but it's quicker and easier and more convenient. Same thing with the cash sale and wholesaling. That's it. This is why people, nobody goes to Auto Trader and says, oh, they're the most evil people possible. Oh, they steal millions of dollars. They don't. They do not. You choose to probably sell it $3 or $4 grand less than what you actually probably get, but you just click a button, you do it. You don't have to work on the transmission. You don't have to change the oil. You don't have to do all that stupid stuff. You just get rid of the car and you buy a new car. But when we do the same thing in real estate, people start crying. Oh, no. And we take ugly houses, we renovate it and make the neighborhood more beautiful and help home values around the whole entire thing. So funny. But like they choose to go after those people. And yes, there are terrible actors out here. And obviously you can go after, right? Like I can go out here and find terrible people in any industry, right? Like I can go out here and find very crooked attorneys and say all attorneys are terrible, terrible people. But like you can do that, right? Like I can go out here and find anyone in any industry and say they're terrible people. It's like I could find doctors that did terrible things to people and say all doctors are evil, terrible. It's like, no, right? Most doctors are amazing people and they have a passion for this business and they're great. There's obviously bad ones, but so like, it's just funny they mentioned Rick Ginn. I'm like, come on, like you're going after the most non-guru out of all of them, but it's just funny. And they said Rick Ginn. And that's the only reason I'm talking about this because how dare you say my last name wrong? If you're going to do an expose on me, at least say it. It just don't get me started on this, but like, we're going to do a whole breakdown on this. Another person made an exposed video on me and Rick too. He's like, I have 2 exposed videos this week. It's like, what are you trying to expose for me? I tell you everything. Like you ask me a question, I'll answer it. It's so funny. I think these gurus are they're sick of talking about things. And obviously these, the young Turks, I don't know what they're called, but like they're obviously running out of news stories, but it's just so funny. Hey, you know what they say? If you're, if they're hating on you, you're doing something right. Robbo. Rebel.
Okay.
What's up, man?
What's up? It's been a while.
What's up? How can I help you out today?
I just had a question about like a specific situation that I had it was like a couple of weeks ago, and I was looking back.
Okay, let me know,
I was looking back through the Google Excel or whatever it is, and then like I saw a note. So I made a call to this one guy, but it was the wrong number for the house, and then he said, "Oh, people keep calling me at this number," but then before he hung up, he was like, "I have a house, but nobody would ever buy this piece of junk, or else I would just sell it, but nobody wants to buy it." Then he just hung up. Then I texted him like the day after. He didn't respond. And then I don't know how to get like what his actual house is to get his contact.
Okay. So you got the number. Was this like off of a list or something?
Yeah, code violation.
Okay.
But
So
I don't think it's his house.
You have the address though, right?
Yeah, but it's a different house than his.
Oh, he said he had a different house.
Yeah, he said it's not his house.
Okay. Well, so how many times did you try to call this guy?
Like 3 or 4.
Okay. So first and foremost, get a different Google Voice number and try to call him on a different number. He probably has you as like, don't answer this guy. You're getting your phone, your call screened. If he answered you randomly once, he'll answer you randomly again on a different phone number. First and foremost. Second of all, this is a lot to say, but like I'd probably put a sticky note and try to knock on the guy's door. I know it's a lot to say and crazy, but if you're driving for dollars and he's in the area, I would do it. I know it's scary to say, but you throw on a nice collared shirt, you throw a sticky note on the property, say, hey, me and partner looking to buy a couple more properties in the area, you're looking to sell any. That's it.
What, on the original house, or because I don't know where he lives?
Oh, you don't? Go to the guy's mailing address on that property and see where it's at.
Wait,
Should be
like
on there.
you can see his mailing address off his phone number?
No. So go to the code violation, see the property, and then find the mailing address from there.
Okay. So I went on True People Search, and then I put the property in there, and then I got the number there, but it's the wrong number for the house. So he's not the owner of the house.
Okay.
But
okay.
he's interested in selling his own personal house. But I don't know where his personal house is, and he hung up.
There's only one thing to do, man. First of all, reverse the phone number and see if that pops up to anyone. And then second, call him from a different number. That's all you can really do at this point.
Okay. That's it.
That's it, man. All right. Well, keep it up, dude.
All right.
Hey, you're making calls. So I remember the last time we were talking, until you get to take some action, you're taking some action.
Okay.
Proud of you, man. You're getting closer to your goal, and there's nothing but I'm proud of you, man. Keep it up.
All right. Thank you.
Keep it up. Awesome. Boom. Love to see it. Love to see it. Next year we got Mr. B.
Yeah, hello.
What's up, Mr. B?
What's up, man? So I just started in Wholesale. I just seen your YouTube channel not too long ago, and I have a prop string already, and I'm going after a vacant list, and I just need a starting plan.
Say that one more time.
I need a plan to start off.
Okay, awesome, man. Where do you live?
I live in Colorado, but I'm doing it virtually in Ohio. I have the market.
Okay. We're in Colorado.
Ohio. I live in Denver.
Okay. And so where in Ohio you're wholesaling?
I'm trying to wholesale in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay. Good area.
I've seen one of your videos. I've seen one of the videos, and it says it's one of the good markets.
Oh yeah, man. All right. So I like this. All right. So you're getting in Dayton. I mean, there's a million things you can do. Are you a cold calling guy or a SMS guy? Or like, what are you looking to do? What are you comfortable with marketing wise?
Say cold calling.
Cold calling? All right.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
I mean, personally, I'd probably just pull some government lists and get to work. Uglier the better, more problems the better, and I'll land you some deals.
All right,
I hate to be so simple, man, but like, it's the best thing to do. Obviously, you can go to PropStream, Batch, and start pulling a bunch of lists. You can do virtual drawing for dollars. You can do a bunch of stuff, right? But let's start with the basics and then start expanding from there.
Sounds good. I'll go over. You said government list, right?
Yep.
All right.
Montgomery County, Ohio.
Let me write that down real quick. Man, I'm so excited talking to you.
Dude, I love it. What's your name?
My name is Mohammed, actually.
Muhammad?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's an easy one, right? I think that might be one of the most common names in the world. So, I mean,
It is.
It's hard for me not to forget it. So, all right, Mohammed. So that's cool. Let's see here. How much time do you think you can dedicate to wholesaling real estate, like time wise?
Well, I work in the afternoon after 6, so I can go from 12 to 5, which is Easter time is going to be from 2 to 7, which is what you said.
That's money time right there. That's the money cold calling hours.
Yeah, it is. I heard you saying that, and I was like, yeah, that's the best time. I was trying to start from 12. From 10 to like to 5, 4. Then I heard you went on one of your videos. The best wholesaling time is from 2 to 7. So I changed it.
Awesome, man. So literally, all I'm going to tell you to do is pull the government lists at night when, after 7 Eastern Standard Time, get the skip tracing going, start calling, probably single line dialer, Google Voice, so you got the right basically area codes. Go from there. And once you get all those leads and there's too many leads, maybe start using a paid service or whatever if you have it already. But honestly, I would just start with the government list and start expanding the list from there and just see what's working, what's not. Maybe find probates or landing leads, maybe the code violations, maybe the liens. You just got to figure out what's working best for you and just stick to that and go hard in the paint on that. The cool thing about government lists, there's like 10 or 12 you can try out to see which one you like best or what's giving the best results.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Keep it up, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
awesome. All right. Next year we got Austin.
What is up, Zach? How are you, man?
Every day above ground's an amazing day.
Yes, sir. Listen, you and your dad give such valuable information. I've been watching you guys for about 7 months now. I've talked to him back in December, but I've been very hesitant to jump on here. I mean, everything that you really need to know is on freewholesaling.com. I just go back there and kind of just refresh myself every now and then. But I have my third deal under contract. I've lost a few. I let I guess you could say, like, my ego get the best of me when it came to trying to be a nice guy, I guess you can say. Like, I wouldn't lock it up. I would try to reverse it and ask like a cash buyer, like, hey, how much would you pay for this? Or I would give it to another wholesale. The wholesaler would go around me, blah, blah, blah. That was my fault. I really should have been paying attention and really just taking accountability for myself on here. But yeah, I mean, I have one I'm virtual in Springfield, Missouri, and I'm virtual in North Carolina, like the Tri area, and Catawba, if I'm saying this right, Catawba County. There. I'm also I live in Rhode Island. I do a lot of driving for dollars and reverse driving for dollars in my own market. Our market's a little small over here, but I still try to make it work. I still have leads that I still call, that I try to follow up on, that I've had in my pipeline for basically since
I just helped someone get their first deal in Rhode Island, FYI.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I just helped someone get their first deal in Rhode Island. Like,
really?
You do wholesaling deals there.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do.
That wasn't you though, right?
No, that wasn't me. No,
someone else. Look up Rhode Island space deal, or like, and then space like thanks Zach on like Wholesaling Houses for Real. You'll find all the Rhode Island deals that people just post. It works, man.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I've been trying. Just I kind of got in my head at first as well.
Yeah, you gotta get out of your own head, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You've already done wholesale. Have you done a wholesaling deal completed?
Well, so I have basically something like I have like a mentor down in North Carolina, and he actually I gave him a property, but he's sending me like a check. Basically, I didn't really do the paperwork, I guess you could say. He's just send me a straight check, say, hey, here's $5,000, up, like that. But I have a contract like ready to go in Springfield, and he also has another house that he's looking to sell. But I was like, hey, I kind of just want to work on one, and then if this one goes through, I'll be gladly to help you with the other one as well. He's actually a tired landlord, so he kind of fixed up the place, and he's like, I kind of want to move on to, I shouldn't say tired landlord. He wants to move on to his next project like as soon as possible.
Okay, so, I get it.
But yeah, I mean, I just really want to jump on here, take accountability for myself, and you and your dad, the amount of information you guys give for free is just insane. It really is. And that's like sincere.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate it. So what can I help you out with?
I mean, honestly, like I said, it was accountability type of thing. I wanted to come on here, telling you that I had an agreement under contract, and, really anything you really ask is in freewholesaling.com. So
where do you have the deal locked up?
I have it in Springfield, sir.
Okay, Missouri. Great market.
Yes.
Do you have any buyers there?
I've talked to a few, but they were like, hey, this is a good deal, but it's a little 1 bedroom, 1 bath. There's a disabled person that's actually in it. He's got a 2-year lease, and he just got in it in January. And the guy kind of like redid it a little bit. He put a new roof on it. He put, I don't know what they're called. They're like the central air ACs that you put on, like the wall. New flooring, new tile in the bathroom, everything else, and a couple of other new things. But yeah, I talked to a few buyers, like I said, not too many. I honestly been calling the for rents. There's a couple of, I've been trying to really like stake out like people instead of like the realtors are on there for now. And then I'm kind of going to go back and, call the realtors and be like, hey, do you have any cash buyers on that are looking for this property? But I wanted to just call like the personal people, like the actual people that are renting out the property first to see, if I could get, because I have an inspection period for 20 days. So, but just kind of wanted to see where I can go. I was going to tomorrow. Last night I did a big spreadsheet on Google Sheets of like kind of all the cash buyers in the area code and just kind of, skip tracing them up. And I also, when I first started out, I called my local county water authority. I got probably about 2,000 leads from them, and none of them were hits though. There was a couple that were, that were kind of looking to sell, but it was like they weren't distressed or anything. They wanted top dollar, stuff like that. But so I kind of got, that's where I kind of got in my head, like, oh my God, this doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. But this is like when I first started out. And then I just got over that whole thing. And now, I have a buddy that actually helps me with skip tracing. I just kind of like send him a few government lists down we're working on right now on other water shutoffs. I've been kind of doing like a niche, like the water shutoffs and a little bit of pre-foreclosures as well. And I also kind of get also my leads from Facebook as well. So I'm kind of back and forth, but I also wanted to ask, like, when I first started, I was jumping everywhere, man. I was just so like, I wanted that deal, but like I wanted to focus in like maybe 3 areas, and that was Springfield, because I remember you saying that's a really good market. So I was like, I'm going to focus on that. And then I was going to focus on where, I have this like mentor guy down in North Carolina and a few buyers that I have lined up in the Triad area. I also have a few buyers in Rhode Island, but, I haven't really been able to find anything, but I also definitely could be marketing more. So in my area.
Well, it seems like you already got your game plan, everything set. You're just being accountable to me. So
yeah,
keep it up. I think you got everything you need to sell that deal. So keep it up, man.
I appreciate it, Zach. Thank you so much, man.
Of course, man. Have a blessed one.
All right, you too, brother. Thank you, boy.
Oh, awesome. Let's see here. Can I wholesale in Iowa? Of course you can wholesale in Iowa. Rogilo says your course is down. The course is not down, bro. You got to clear your cookies. Go incognito. Go to flipwitherick.com. It's just still freelisting.com. Sends it right there. A lot of people used to have a login link on top of freelisting.com once you signed up for it. It's just freelisting.com now. It's all in there. It's just easier. That's probably just go to freelisting.com. It's right there. Brandon says just closed on a deal Monday. Just pulled a 3,000 prospective list. Need cold callers. Anybody want to make some cold calls? Hey, shout out to Brandon. Brandon, let people know what your IG is. Let people know what your handle is, how to hit you up. I'm guessing you go on Facebook to hit him up there. Shout out to Brandon. Close on his first deal. Congrats, man. Love to see it. Love to see people going out here and making stuff happen. So if you got started in this business, you got no money, you want to get rich, you want to start making changes in your life, wholesaling real estate is going to be the biggest key. And guys, if you got no money, no problem. No money, no problem, right? And so you go out here, make a bunch of money, go to freelisting.com and you'll learn a bunch. So you see the bottom here at freelisting.com. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Rick Ginn is doing his live stream and the flip with but no, he's not. So there's a Flip Lurk YouTube channel, right? There's the Zach Ginn YouTube channel, and then there is the basically Wholesaling House is for real. So Wholesaling House is for real YouTube channel, Rick Ginn YouTube channel, Zach Ginn YouTube channel, and the Flip Lurk YouTube channel. Rick Ginn is going on the Rick Ginn YouTube channel tomorrow at 5 p.m. Make sure to hit him up on his live stream. That's at 5 o'clock Eastern. Love to see it. So guys, hit that like button, subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys soon. Boom. Awesome. Have a great one, guys.